Hey guys, sorry it's been a while, but I've been doing a lot of research and stuff trying to understand the pandemic and all these riots and things that are going on. I think so far today it's 40, 50 people have been killed due to the riots, and another 10 to 20 police officers and other things. And I mean, I'm not one to sit here and judge who does what or how they deal with things in their own life or create a revolution. But what I will tell you is that attacking the police will not solve the problem. The police are simply just a proxy within all this. They do what the corporate elite tell them to do. And yeah, you can go about it by changing laws and other things, but then they'll just add amendments to the laws or whatever else to actually abide or create their new system. And that's the real point, is that they want you all to be rioting. They want you all to be attacking people. That way they can force the change that they want. I mean, look all across America. We've been losing historical monuments and other things, and maybe some of these people might have been racist, sure. But the problem is that once you forget your history, you forget where you're going. And that's what people don't seem to understand, and it's going to become a much bigger problem if we don't choose to actually deal with it. And that's what else that I'm actually getting at. We can't deal with it, and nobody wants to deal with it because we all believe that we're a bunch of racists or quote-unquote hysterical maniacs and stuff. I've seen it all over the news lately, where people that actually call out the racism or the inequalities are the ones that get shut down. But the ones that support the inequalities through causing more fights and more craziness and destruction in our country, well, that's okay. That's encouraged. Not to mention that most of the major news organizations 2 months ago were all acting like, oh, you can't go outside, you can't be in large groups, it's going to spread the virus. Oh, we're so bad if you do that. I mean, I can think of 3 or 4 parties I saw on television. One I went to. Cops got called and they were like, hey, y'all shouldn't be doing this. This is congregating in a closed space with each other. You're going to spread the virus. Well, look at the riots. The riots are proof that they don't give a shit about the virus. They only care about furthering their agenda, which is to attack the police and other things, because once they destroy the police, they can start going after legislation and other things which will allow them to alter and completely remake our country. And that's what the corporate elite really want. You see, that's why they're using this whole thing of racism. Furthermore, we had, 4 or 5 different black people that were killed or shot or something right before this. I can't remember their names, but all the situations, the guy either broke into the house or the guy was robbing somebody or something, it was almost like after the pandemic, everybody just wanted to create hatred. And of course, y'all got locked up in your houses for a month and a half, 2 months. Of course y'all be pissed off. You lost your jobs and everything else, but you see, going after the police doesn't fix that. Going after the Chinese for actually releasing the virus in the first place, that's how you fix it. But in order to go after the Chinese, we have to remove corrupt politicians. And in order to do that, we have to have riots against the political figures that have instigated this stuff. But what you all are doing right now is the exact opposite. You're actually doing what the politicians that are racist want. You're creating hatred and divide throughout the country. It's not going to fix a damn thing. I mean, yeah, y'all might get a few statues removed. This ain't racism. This is stay-in-your-placism. And that's what they're trying to make you all do. And that's what you got to understand. Your riots have a good reason, a damn good reason. But you're attacking the wrong people. You have to go after the elite, the corporate politicians, the career politicians, and other things. Those are the only ways that you'll actually change anything. Otherwise, we're just going to keep recycling the same regurgitated shit we've been doing for decades. If you want proof of that, you all saw my other videos about the inequality that the police created for me for getting a pebble shoved up my dick because I got ran over by a crackhead. Nobody's talking about that. I guess maybe it's because of the color of my skin. Maybe that's why. But you know, that's the thing. You don't have to be white, black, yellow, pink, green to be a racist. You can be any race and still be racist. Which is exactly what I've seen from so many black communities lately attacking white people, especially Trump supporters. They're going after them left and right, stealing cars, burning down their houses, and everything else. Neat little fun fact, the Democratic Party started the KKK back in 1864. Look it up yourself. Nowadays, most of the major cities are all controlled by guess who? Democrats. And where are we seeing all these riots going on? Democrat-controlled cities, which are large cities mostly. Look it up. It's statistically 9 out of 10. They're all Democrat. And you all think that the people that started racism has a right to control your area within the country and furthermore dictate to you how racism should be dealt with? It's like the fucking blind leading the blind. You all are playing a game, and I hope, I beg to you all, that you all can see this. Do your own research. Don't get out there and just chant slogans like Black Lives Matter or 850 seconds, whatever that was. Yeah, he had his knee on his neck for 8 minutes or so. Yeah, that was messed up. The cops should have been fired. But you all started going after a guy that was drunk as shit in a Wendy's drive-thru. And instead of actually looking into the facts, you all burnt down the Wendy's. If that doesn't prove how fucking stupid you all are, nothing will. I'm the leader of Nexus. I'm not the creator. The creator, there never was a creator. It existed 600 to 800 years ago from what I can find. Niklus is how it used to be pronounced. And that's what we truly need right now, is a referendum, a transformation to a new era for our country and possibly the world. And that's the real thing. The corporate elite want to take over the world. That's what they've been trying to do with people like George Soros and Jeffrey Epstein for decades. That's how they get their career politicians in, because they're getting ready to get busted for child porn. So instead, they just put them into office and hold that over their head. And whenever they need something done, boom, they get it done. You see, that's why Jeffrey Epstein rose so high. And that's the real problem. You all aren't going after the real creators of the systemic racism, which is actually a crux from a corrupt, politically divided system. If you all would go after the right people, maybe something could get done. But until you all choose to do that, we're going to deal with racism for the next 500 years. And I don't think black, white, green, or yellow, any of us want that. Please heed my warning and understand what I'm trying to say here, and look up things for yourself, just as I have. I've wasted a lot of my life doing it. But that's the real thing, isn't it? Our lives aren't ours to control, which is why you all are so easily controlled by the corporate elite. Which is why racism keeps happening over and over and over again. Wake the fuck up, America. It's time to rise up.